Greetings everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Captain Rye, and today's video is going to feature one of my subscribers. That's right, Ninja Fox is back again. This time he's in his Tier 5 Royal Navy light cruiser, the Emerald. Now I played this ship and I didn't particularly like it, and I know a lot of people didn't particularly like it. Poor armor, only armor piercing, and a giant citadel. Well, Ninja Fox here is going to take all of these things and just not care, and is going to perform pretty damn well in this ship. The map is Shards, the mode is Domination, which is, I think, the only map mode on Shards. And this is at least a Tier 6 battle, because there is a Leander, and there is a New Mexico. As the battle gets started, he and a couple of destroyers, as well as a few battleships here, are going to go ahead and make their way to the cap point. I believe that is the sea cap point. Friendly destroyer up ahead starts laying a smokescreen incredibly early. I have no idea why destroyer captains do this. There's absolutely no reason to lay a smokescreen that early in the game. Now, of course, this could have just been an accidental tapping of the T key. I know I've done this before, especially if I meant to hit my speed boost right at the beginning of the game. It does happen, but it is a little bit of a wasted smokescreen. So, Ninja's got himself up into the sea cap point, and he's starting the cap. He is using the very edge of the smokescreen laid by the friendly destroyer, though, to keep himself nice and safe from any prying eyes. As you can see, there's a Dunkirk up there. There's also a few other battleships that are headed his direction, and if an enemy destroyer decided to come around a corner and surprise him, he might become the immediate focus of all of those angry battleship guns. At least, if I was in the battleship, that's what I would do, because hey, free citadels. This team manages to cap C, the enemies manage to cap B, and it looks like the contesting battle of the game is going to be up at A. The Dunkirk is turning in. He's going to try and go bow on at the beginning. However, he's got battleship up here, friendly Dunkirk. But he's also got two cruisers. Of course, these cruisers can only fire armor piercing, which means that he doesn't have to worry about being set on fire. Ninja pops his smokescreen to stay hidden and provide a little bit of concealment for his friendly Dunkirk. The Leander, who left the smokescreen, is now spotting those battleships, and of course he's taking the fire from them. More shots going out there. There is one of the enemy destroyers. Ninja has popped his hydroacoustic, possibly suspecting the possibility of a destroyer and or torpedoes. So that is in some respect a good thing, but in this particular situation, enemy destroyer is quite far away. Not wanting to stay in his smokescreen anymore, maybe move up to help out his friendly cruiser. He decides to get motoring. He's in a bit of a bad situation. He's broadside on to a group of battleships in the distance there, and he narrowly avoids taking fire in from there, and here come more shots. Oh, this could be bad. No, but by some miracle, they're all over penetrations and not citadels. That is some straight up RNGesus love on your end that he didn't manage to citadel you. Pushing forward, he's going to try and take out this enemy cruiser, and he's trying to get the shots into his citadel, but it looks like he's firing just a little bit high. He does get a couple of decent hits, though. Come on, Can he do it? He's having a lot of bounces, even though this cruiser is broadside on. That is one of the big disadvantage. I don't care what Wargaming says. The British cruiser's armor piercing still just is not quite as good as if you had armor piercing and high explosive. Yes, I know you get a smokescreen, but, you know, these lower tiers, things like the Emerald, remove the heal, gib, high explosive. The scores, as far as the ships go, are fairly equal, and the scores are still relatively equal, as both teams still only have one cap and are down 3 ships apiece. However, Ninja's team is currently in the lead with points, but just barely, because they've managed to sink a battleship, a cruiser, and a destroyer, or 2 cruisers and a destroyer, and now 2 destroyers, versus the enemy team sinking just destroyers, which are worthless points. Score still equal, but enemy team still has 1 destroyer, and that 1 destroyer, that's a fujian, and that fujian, he's going to go on to have a pretty amazing battle. This enemy battleship is getting a little close for comfort. Ninja uses his single fire ability on his torpedoes, and he's going to go ahead and he's going to fire them out. Smokescreen set by the enemy destroyer has dissipated, and he is broadside onto this battleship. And if I were that battleship, I'd be shitting myself right now, because Royal Navy cruiser just popped up, point blank range, and he uses that single fire ability, gets a whopping load of torpedoes, and manages to secure his first kill. Well, his second kill at this point, but this one really all his, as he manages to do the vast majority of damage to that battleship. Enemy Dunkirk's finally managed to push up in an effort to secure C. I don't know if he's being particularly brave, or if he just thought he could take out 2 Royal Navy cruisers and a friendly Dunkirk. But this has serious repercussions for him, as he's turning his ship to face the Leander, knowing full well that that Leander is probably going to torpedo him. And yes, in fact, the Leander does get torpedoes out there and nearly kills him. Oh my god, that's so fucking close. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ninja puts out more torpedoes in an effort to perhaps kill Steel. He does secure the kill with torpedoes. Kind of a waste on torpedoes. I mean, you probably could have just aimed for the superstructure with your armor piercing and finished him off. He was so low health in that regard. The friendly cruiser up here is now pretty much dead. He's not going to be able to do anything. If he's spotted, he's going to die very, very quickly. And yet, somehow, with that low amount of health, he's going to continue to survive. The score's still amazingly even, and Ninja has so far, in an Emerald, managed to do almost 44,000 damage, and he's got 3 kills, albeit at least one of those was a little bit of a kill steal. Enemy Congo up here is definitely shooting at the lower health cruiser, and, you know, honestly, I would be doing that too, because you never know what that cruiser's going to do. Ninja's getting his torpedoes lined up and ready to go. That Congo is continuing to stale there. I'm actually kind of surprised that the Leander doesn't have his torpedoes out yet, although those might just have been them there. Ninja gets turned around, and yes, that Leander did have torpedoes out. He manages to nail that Congo with them. There's the enemy Fujian. He's full strength. He's been unspotted much of this battle. But I do believe he's close enough that Ninja's hydroacoustic is detecting him, which is a shame because his hydro's just about on cooldown, so he's not going to be able to see him anymore. And that Fujian, he's going to pop smoke. Enemy team has now capped A. They now hold a cap advantage. But their team still has the ship advantage. But they are pretty low health, although in Ninja's case, he's managed to weather this battle extremely well, only taking minor damage and still having most of his health. He decides he's going to maybe try and chase this Fujian just a little bit. He really wants the friendly Leander to break off and go hide, get his heal repairability up, and just continue to survive. As he says in chat, you go heal, I'll deal with the Fujian. Pushes into the smoke, though. The Fujian's no fool. He's clearly bugged the hell out of here. As you can see the smokescreen there following along. It's obvious that Fujian disappeared back behind that island to break line of sight and is well and truly long gone. Realizing this and realizing that there are 2 ships up there that he doesn't particularly want to chase down, Ninja's gonna go ahead and turn around and head toward the B cap point. At this point, this is all that his friendly Leander, can do, as the enemy team's battleships are up there and they are busy chasing down his friendly remaining ships, which they've succeeded in doing. And now, for the first time in the game, the enemy team now has a ship's advantage, and because they have a ship's advantage and 2 caps, they have a sizable points advantage. Unfortunate hit that Fujian manages to torpedo the friendly Leander and finish him off, though again I think it's kind of a little bit of a waste of a torpedo considering how low health that Leander was. Enemy Omaha up here got himself in a bit of a situation. He's kind of out there and exposed in the open, and he's got a lot of angry guns pointing at him. If he only Gibbs broadside, Ninja could probably Citadel and finish him off. Takes a big ol' hit there from the friendly battleship. Can Ninja secure the kill? I think he's going to do it. He does manage to do it. That's his 4th kill. Takes another hit. Surprisingly enough, still not a Citadel. Ninja, if you're watching this with that Omaha, I think you were aiming just a little too far aft in order to really be able to do a lot of damage. He's being forced to turn broadside on here as enemy torpedoes from the Fujian come in. He dodges the first one, glides right past him, and the second one looked like it went right under him, but ran out of range before it hit something under him? I have no idea. I mean, wargaming. Hitboxes. Come on. There's the enemy Leander, and speaking of hitboxes, Ninja just took a big ol' Citadel from one of those battleships. It was probably the New Mexico that just nailed him for that. This is going to be a problem because, of course, as you know, Citadel damage, like torpedo damage, is not something that you can repair with the repair consumable. Friendly Congo-class battleship here sails right through the safety of the smokescreen. I'm not entirely sure what his decision-making is behind that. Ninja is now, along with that Congo, the last guy alive on his team. And that Congo is not having any of it. He is going to very rapidly decide he needs to run the fuck away, leaving Ninja by himself to stand alone with about half his health left and not much in the way of repair abilities to defend against B. It's possible that with 2 caps they might be able to hold the scores back. It's possible he might be able to take out one of these battleships or even one of these cruisers and wreck the enemy. Bring back those points. There's the enemy Fujian again, popping up for just a split second. He takes another huge hit. I think that one was from the Leander back over there. And now he's caught out in the open, detected by too many angry enemy guns. And he just doesn't have any health left. He does manage to hit that New Mexico with a couple of his torpedoes from his second salvo on his starboard side. There again, there's the Fujian. Can he get a kill? Oh, if only you had that high explosive, you might be able to detonate the guy. He's taking more hits. He's not in a good position. He's going to go ahead and he's going to get his torpedoes off as he comes around the headland of this island, and he gets taken out by the enemy Leander, who pretty much Citadels in there. But that New Mexico was going a little too fast coming around that headland, and should have known better. He takes a bunch more torpedo hits, and he's already taken them, which means he already burned his damage repair ability when he flooded the first time. And now he's going to continue to flood, and there is the Kraken Unleashed to go with his Flesh Wound Award for Ninja Fox. Sorry, Ninja, it doesn't look good for you. Your last remaining ship is now isolated, trying to get behind an island, mostly just to save his ass. Ninja, what is it about you and having really good games where you perform really well in the top of your team, only to have your team let you down like this, man? This is just crushing. At this point, the enemy Fujian is laying a smokescreen for the Leander so that the Leander can't be taken out by the Congo's guns, which is just going to leave him being spotted by the enemy battleship and letting the Leander and that battleship pretty much continue to wreck him. That Congo, if it makes you feel any better, is not going to survive this battle. And it was so close there. If that Leander hadn't citadeled him, I think he might have had a few more seconds. He might have been able to get a few more shots off, another set of torpedoes, maybe split them. But overall, very, very well played by our hero Ninja Fox. Now it's just a waiting game. Now we wait for this Congo to meet his end. And I can't remember which shots do it. I think this Congo manages to finish him off. But as you can see, he's just trying to run away, and it's just not going for him. He's also firing at what looked like armor piercing, which I hope wasn't the case, because he's never going to be able to do any damage if that was his goal. Come on. Finish him off. He's almost dead. There's torpedoes out there towards him by the Fujian, but I don't think they're going to hit him. It looks like the Leander secures the kill with armor piercing. Overall, not a bad battle for Ninja Fox. Kraken Unleashed, 'tis but a flesh wound. Devastating strike, nailing that battleship. 92,000 damage done in an emerald, and surviving to pretty much the very end of the game, which is equally as impressive considering it's an emerald. Again, unfortunately, you just had your team let you down. Didn't quite come in top of the team for XP earned. The friendly Leander actually earned that place of honor, but both he and the Leander scored well over 1,000 base XP and were the only members of his team to do so. They also came in pretty high compared to the enemy team. Anyway, that's it for today's video. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by following me and liking me on Facebook. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, please do so by visiting and donating at my Patreon. If you'd like to follow me live on Twitch for World of Warships and other games, please do so by visiting me and following me on Twitch. And if you've got a replay like this that you'd like me to send me and feature on my YouTube channel, you can do it by emailing me, PMing me via YouTube, or on Facebook. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, we'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.